Have you ever woken up feeling heavy, as if a murky cloud is shrouding your mind? Not because you're weak or lack vitality, but simply because you haven't designed your morning with intention. In a world where everything, phones, work, social media, deadlines, vies for your attention, the first moments of your day are the most critical battleground. If you drift into old unconscious habits, you're surrendering before the fight even begins. The ancient Romans understood this. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor who ruled one of history's mightiest empires, wrote in Meditations, "In the morning, you must rise to do the work of a human being, not to burrow under the covers." They didn't start their day scrolling news or checking emails. They began with reflection, self-mastery, and a reminder. We can't control the world, but we can always control our response to it. If you've ever felt lost in a chaotic day, this video is for you. I'll share 15 morning habits distilled from Stoic philosophy to help you master your mind, your choices, and ultimately your life. Stay until the end. One of these habits alone could transform how you live each day. If you're seeking peace in a turbulent world, hit subscribe now to join the transformative journey ahead. Number 1, wake early, claim your sanctuary. Something magical happens when you wake early. Not just gaining extra time, but reclaiming the day's purest moment, when the world still sleeps, free from noise, rush, or chaos pulling you into its rhythm. It's your private time, a quiet sanctuary for your mind, a sacred space where you can be yourself, untouched by phone notifications, unread emails, or unfinished tasks. Ancient Romans didn't rise early just for military discipline. They did it to prepare for the battle within their minds. Marcus Aurelius asked himself, "Was I born to linger under warm blankets in the morning, or to do the work of a self-mastered human?" As an emperor, he chose the latter, rising early to journal, meditate, and reflect before his empire stirred. Waking early is your declaration that you're responsible for your life. It's not just willpower training, but an affirmation of self-worth. I deserve time for myself to nurture my mind, body, and day's direction. Sleeping late doesn't just cost time, it costs control. You fall into reaction mode, chasing time, responding to messages, tackling work, trapped in a cycle you don't steer. But rising early lets you start on your terms. You can meditate, write, read philosophy, breathe deeply, sip warm water in silence, and realize this is true living, not mere existing. It's not about waking at 4 or 5 a.m. as some preach, but about starting intentionally. Pick a time 30 minutes to an hour earlier than usual and treat it like pouring water into your soul. Don't dive into work, check your phone, or rush. See it as sacred, a moment to reset your spirit. It's when you connect with yourself without the world's interference. In that space, you'll feel the difference between living proactively and being controlled. With consistency, mornings stop feeling like a chore and become a spiritual haven, a peace you crave. The most successful CEOs to ancient sages agree. How you start your day shapes your life's quality. It's no surprise that spiritual masters often rose early. It's when you befriend yourself most deeply. If you're listening, a part of you wants change. Start simple. Wake 30 minutes earlier tomorrow. Do nothing grand. Just sit, stay quiet, breathe, and let your mind settle before the world speaks. Try this for a week, and you'll notice shifts not just in time, but in your approach to life. If you've tried waking early and failed, don't beat yourself up. Instead of lofty goals, find a compelling reason to rise. Remember, no one can live your life for you. You must take charge of each moment. If this resonates, like the video as a sign you're ready to restart. Comment below, "I'll wake early for myself," to commit to you. Subscribe to catch the next 14 habits that will fortify your inner strength, step by step, like a modern Stoic warrior. Number 2, drink water. Reset your system. When you open your eyes in the morning, your body isn't just waking from sleep, it's emerging from a profound recovery cycle. For 6 to 8 hours, you fasted, abstained from fluids, and relied on internal reserves to regenerate cells, restore your nervous system, purify blood, and prep for a new day. Upon waking, your biological systems await a signal. Are you ready to live? The simplest, most effective, yet often overlooked signal is a glass of water. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is natural is right." Nothing is more natural than hydrating after a long night. Water doesn't just quench thirst, it awakens your nervous system, boosts circulation, sparks metabolism, and soothes subtle stresses you haven't yet noticed. A glass of warm or pure water in the morning is like a gentle greeting to every cell. Time to start. In Stoic philosophy, we learn to control what we can. Your body is the first domain to master. If you can't govern yourself, you can't govern anything in the world beyond. Drinking water in the morning tells yourself, I begin this day with awareness and respect for my body. It's not trivial. It's a conscious choice over instinct. Too many wake up, grab their phone, and sip coffee mindlessly, forgetting the body's primal need for water. Not caffeine, not sugar, but pure simplicity, like your first breath. Elevate this habit into a Stoic ritual. Stand still, pour slowly, feel the water's temperature, sip deliberately as if nourishing your soul. In that moment, whisper an affirmation. Today, I renew myself. As Epictetus taught, it's not what happens that shapes our lives, but how we respond. Your first response of the day can be choosing nourishment over neglect. Pair drinking water with a moment of stillness, no rush, no distractions, just you, fully present. This glass becomes your first exercise in attention, in mindfulness. If you can't drink water with awareness, how can you navigate a day with it? This habit takes 1 minute, but benefits last all day. Your body runs smoother, your mind grows clearer, and most crucially, you start proactively nurturing yourself. Stoicism stresses living intentionally, not unconsciously. Live like a warrior, knowing each small act fuels the greater battle within. If you've skipped this simple habit, don't judge yourself. Start tomorrow. Place a glass of water by your bedside or somewhere visible upon waking. As you drink, know it's not just hydration. It's resetting your entire system for living. If this habit feels simple yet powerful, like the video to spread the message, comment below. I'll restart with a glass of water to commit alongside me. Subscribe now if you haven't. Next, we'll tackle a tougher but vital habit, avoiding your phone to protect your mind's peace. Number 3, avoid phone. Guard your peace. The moment you open your eyes, a seemingly harmless habit silently steals your inner peace and freedom. Reaching for your phone. With one touch, your mind is yanked into the external world's whirlwind. Unread messages, piled up emails, social media brimming with stories, images, judgments, and subtle comparisons. Before you've taken a deep breath or greeted yourself, you're swallowed by the urge to respond, keep up, and chase. That seemingly inanimate object, your phone, becomes a gateway for chaos to flood your most sacred space, your freshly awakened mind. In Stoic philosophy, the dichotomy of control, distinguishing what you can and cannot control, is key. You can't dictate what the world throws at you, but you can absolutely guard what enters your inner world. Morning is the fragile boundary between these realms. If you're careless, you let the world invade your consciousness before you've shaped it. Epictetus said, "If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish for avoiding idle chatter." Likewise, to live awake, you must dare to step back from the information vortex upon waking. Instead of letting shocking headlines, glamorous photos, or urgent notifications set your day's mood, choose silence. Choose to reserve that space for what truly nourishes your soul. Avoiding your phone in the morning isn't about rejecting technology. It's about setting intentional boundaries. Activate airplane mode before bed and keep it on until you've completed your morning rituals. Drinking water, meditating, journaling, light movement, reading philosophy. These build a mental shield before the world can strike. By mastering your mind, you master your reactions and thus your life. Nothing aligns more with Stoic principles. Create a golden rule for yourself. No phone for the first 30 to 60 minutes of the day. Let that time be a sanctuary for quiet, for setting your day's intention, for nurturing inner values. Starting your day reacting to the world robs you of the chance to shape it by your own principles. You don't need to abandon your phone, just master your relationship with it. Morning is when you set that dynamic with awareness. Choose sunlight, the sound of your breath, the feel of silence over blue light and notification pings. If you don't choose stillness, the world will choose chaos for you. If this stirs something in you, like the video to affirm you're choosing to protect your inner peace, comment below, "I choose silence before the world speaks," to commit to yourself. Subscribe now if you haven't. Next, we'll explore a simple yet powerful way to bring order to your mind, starting with your bed. Number 4, make bed. Start with order. One of the simplest morning acts lays the foundation for a disciplined day. Making your bed. Many dismiss it as trivial, even unnecessary. But for those pursuing an awake, self-mastered life, making your bed isn't just tidying sheets. It's your first declaration to the universe that you begin the day with order, discipline, and readiness. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Every small action reflects your inner philosophy." Making your bed is no exception. It's not merely a physical task, but a mental one. As you smooth the sheets, align the pillows, and fold the blanket neatly, you train attention, initiative, and respect for your own space. You transform your room from post-sleep chaos into a place of structure. Order in your environment mirrors order in your mind. Starting the day with an unmade bed subtly permits mental clutter, but taking just 2 minutes to tidy where you woke creates a sense of control over your surroundings, boosting confidence and preparedness for whatever the day brings. It's your first victory, small but powerful. Modern psychologists agree, small acts like bed making trigger positive domino effects. Completing an intentional task releases dopamine, the neurotransmitter behind satisfaction, fueling motivation for subsequent tasks. By folding your blanket, you spark the drive to journal, exercise, read, work efficiently, and manage emotions better. Turn bed making into a morning ritual. Don't rush or force it, just do it mindfully. Feel your hands smoothing the blanket. See the pillows set straight. Think quietly. I start this day with order. A small act, immense in strength. You're no longer passive, you're a creator. If this shifts how you view morning bed making, comment below, "I'll start with my bed." One small act today can spark a chain of positive habits. Like the video to spread the spirit of ordered living, and subscribe now if you haven't. Next, we'll awaken your vitality with an essential habit, moving your body. Number 5, move body, activate life force. Your body isn't just a tool for survival, it's the home of your spirit, the physical expression of your existence in this world. In Stoic philosophy, caring for your body isn't about obsessing over appearance, but honoring the life the universe granted you. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, challenged himself on sluggish mornings. Why is it hard to rise and do what's natural for a human? Act. That question echoes for us today. When you wake, do you let your body linger in laziness, or do you awaken it, renew it, grant it the right to move, to live? Moving your body in the morning doesn't demand hour-long gym sessions, grueling cardio, or advanced yoga. A 10-minute walk around the block, deep stretches, a few bends, intentional breathing, or dancing to music that sparks joy will do. Any movement serves the same purpose. It pulls you from hibernation, speeds your blood, sharpens your senses, releases dopamine, the hormone of happiness and satisfaction, and primes your mind for a clear, positive start. Many say, "I don't have time to exercise in the morning," but it's not about time, it's about choice. Start with 5 minutes of mindful movement each morning and feel the difference in your spirit, body, and daily performance. You don't need to start big, just start. As Seneca wrote, we don't lack time. We waste it on meaningless things. Why not spend a few minutes each morning tending to the one thing you truly own? Your body. Movement doesn't just boost health, it forges discipline, a core Stoic virtue. Each time you push past laziness to rise and move, you train your mind to master resistance. You prove will triumphs over fleeting feelings. This doesn't just transform your physique, it reshapes how you face life's challenges. A strong body supports a resilient mind. A fit frame helps you endure stress, regulate emotions, and think clearly. It's not about aesthetics, but purposeful living. Stoics didn't chase looks. They built inner strength, and movement was its outward expression. Ask yourself now, did I move this morning? If not, stand up, roll your wrists, stretch, pace the room. Just move and let your life force stir. If you feel movement's power, like the video as a pledge to yourself. Comment below, I choose to awaken my body each morning, to remind yourself daily. Subscribe now. Next, we'll face a seemingly chilly but profound lesson in discipline. Cold showers, a symbol of courage in embracing adversity. Number 6, cold shower. Embrace discomfort. Nothing jolts your body awake like a stream of cold water in the morning. It's the moment your mind screams, no, while your reason whispers, go. At that edge, between instinct and choice, you find a chance to forge resilience and courage. For Stoics, a cold shower isn't just a biological hack. It's a spiritual ritual, a symbol of embracing discomfort as a natural, necessary part of life. Seneca said, to strengthen your spirit, don't shun challenges, meet them. A cold shower is a small but potent challenge to train yourself. Stepping into that chill sends a clear message to yourself. I don't live to flee hardship, I live to conquer it. Modern research backs the biological perks. Cold showers boost circulation, sharpen mental clarity, strengthen immunity, and trigger endorphins, sparking natural euphoria after the initial shock. But for Stoics, the mental gain trumps all. The knowledge you've tackled something most would dodge. You start the day with a victory, not over the world, but over your own inertia and resistance. A cold shower is a daily reminder that life isn't always comfortable, and you can't control circumstances, but you can control your response. Staying calm in cold water builds the same calm for workplace stress, family conflicts, or sudden crises. You're not just showering, you're crafting inner strength to face adversity. This simple act has profound impact. You don't need to plunge into icy water for 5 minutes. Start with a warm shower, then switch to cold for the final 15 seconds, gradually increasing. It's not about the water's temperature, but your willingness to step into discomfort, to challenge your craving for ease and safety. If you've tried cold showers, share your experience in the comments below. If you haven't, let today be day 1. Just 15 seconds. You'll be amazed at how your body and mind respond. If this inspires you, like the video to champion a life of strength and self-mastery. Subscribe to keep forging your morning mindset with us. Number 7, journal. Clear mental clutter. Your mind each morning is like a room after a stormy night. You may not recall every dream, lingering emotion, or scattered thought, but they're there, clouding your focus. Without tidying this mental space, you'll drift through the day in haze, chaos, and distraction. Journaling, or dumping mental clutter onto paper, is one of the simplest yet most powerful tools to clear your inner world and start the day with clarity. Stoics understood writing's potency. Marcus Aurelius, a towering Stoic philosopher, penned daily reflections in a private notebook, not for fame, but to center himself on what mattered. That notebook, later published as Meditations, became a timeless philosophical masterpiece. Initially, it was just a personal journal, a dialogue with himself to check his thoughts and realign his spirit. Writing lets you pinpoint anxieties lurking beneath a calm surface. Once thoughts hit paper, they lose their grip. You see them clearly, what they are, where they come from, whether they're rational, and if they're worth carrying all day. Sometimes a single question like, "Why am I anxious about this?" reveals a baseless fear, sparking clarity. Journaling also sets an intentional tone for living. Writing 3 things you're grateful for trains your brain to seek the positive over the negative. Noting today's goals cuts through distractions, channeling energy into what matters. Reflecting on a Stoic quote, like, "It's not events that upset us, but our judgments about them," builds a rational foundation for the day's challenges. You don't need long entries, perfect grammar, or polished prose. This isn't a literature exercise, it's a conversation with yourself. 3 to 5 minutes each morning, jotting down, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? Where do I want to direct my mind today? A few lines can sweep away the mental dust piling up daily. If you've never journaled, try it tomorrow. Open a blank notebook, date the page, and start with, "Today I feel," let your pen flow freely. You'll be amazed at how much inside you craves to be heard and clarified. If you already journal, share your approach in the comments. You might inspire someone to start their journey. Like the video if you value clearing your mind before facing the day. Subscribe to catch the next lessons on shaping a lucid mindset. Number 8, set goals. Direct your energy. Each morning offers a fresh chance to steer your life. Without clarity on where you're headed, you risk being swept into countless trivial tasks, distracted by meaningless noise, and lost in society's endless churn. Stoics knew energy is finite. It's not about how many hours you have, but how you use them. Setting morning goals is like drawing a map for your journey. It sharpens focus, sets priorities, and anchors you to purposeful living. Epictetus said, "Don't let others define who you are. You must decide that daily." Goal setting is that declaration. Each morning ask, where do I want to channel my energy today? What matters most to me now? Identifying 1 to 3 key goals programs your mind for strategic action, not random reaction. Stoic goal setting stands out because it blends external outcomes with inner virtues. They didn't just aim to finish task A, but to stay calm, clear, and honest while doing it. So each morning, beyond specific tasks, ask, what version of myself do I want to embody today? Do you want to act with patience, generosity, resilience? Write it down. Every action becomes part of honing virtue, the heart of Stoic living. Clear goals make it easier to say no to distractions. You'll see that 30 minutes of social media or non-urgent texts saps energy better spent on what truly matters. A day without goals is like a boat without a rudder. You drift, directionless. You end exhausted, yet no closer to anything meaningful. But with goals, even completing one small task brings a sense of accomplishment. You close the day knowing you live with purpose, control, and direction. That's the root of lasting confidence, not from external praise or results, but from keeping promises to yourself. Try it tomorrow. In your journal, add "my 3 goals today" at the page's end. Then act as if the universe is watching your commitment. Persist for a few weeks, and you'll not only achieve more, but gain deeper self-clarity. Share your daily goal-setting approach in the comments. Our community would love to learn. If this resonates, like the video to fuel your drive and others. Subscribe to catch more purposeful living strategies. Next, we'll explore a vital step to nourish your mind, curating what you feed it each morning. Number 9, feed mind. Choose clean content. The moment you wake and open your eyes, the world begins whispering to you, Either gentle encouragement or chaotic noise from social media, negative news, petty drama, and relentless ads bombarding your mind. The critical choice is, what do you let your mind absorb? If you start your morning with a sensational video or a hateful headline, you're not just letting your emotions be hijacked, you're surrendering control over your mind's direction. Stoics were vigilant about what entered their minds. Like the body, the mind needs clean nourishment. Seneca said, "We become what we give our time to." Daily exposure to wisdom, inspiration, and constructive ideas shapes you into someone calm, clear, and principled. But surrounding yourself with fake news, toxic judgments, or shallow entertainment weakens your mind, making it volatile and cluttered. Picture yourself as the gatekeeper of your mind. Each morning you decide, who gets to enter this sacred space? A brief philosophy lesson? A chapter from a personal growth book? An inspiring podcast? Or just a few minutes of silence, listening to birdsong, letting your mind ease into the day? Entertainment isn't wrong, but timing and dose matter. Mornings, when your brain is most receptive, are for reprogramming your mental software with high-value content. Start a simple habit today. Dedicate 10 to 15 minutes each morning to clean mental fuel. Read a favorite book chapter, listen to a positive podcast, or watch a deeply motivating video. The key is content that makes you better. Not just feel better, there's a vast difference. Some content excites briefly, but leaves nothing behind. Other content, though calm and profound, shifts your thinking forever. Choose the latter. If you instinctively check social media upon waking, pause. Don't let algorithms dictate your first input. Unfollow low-value pages, silence distracting app notifications, and create a morning ritual where absorbing positive content is non-negotiable. Tomorrow ask, what will I feed my mind today? Choose what deepens, strengthens, and clarifies your self-understanding. If you seek a source of clean content, free from negativity and shallowness, you're in the right place. Subscribe to journey with us toward a minimalist, resilient Stoic life. Like if you agree, a strong mind starts with curating what you feed it each morning. Number 10, visualize success. Rehearse strength. Before any warrior enters battle, they don't just sharpen their sword, they hone their will. They envision every scenario, a sudden strike, a misstep, a moment of panic, and rehearse their response to each. The ancient Romans called this premeditatio malorum, anticipating what could go wrong. It's a core Stoic practice. Visualize, prepare, and train your mind as if auditioning for real life. When you visualize success in the morning, you're not just crafting an ideal future, you're programming your mind to spot opportunities, face challenges, and act with resolve. Visualization isn't daydreaming, it's practice. You don't need to picture grand castles or luxury cars. Imagine yourself stronger, calmer, more focused, tackling today's key task with full presence and deep confidence. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "The world outside doesn't harm you. Your thoughts about it do. By shaping your thoughts, you transform how you meet the world." Visualization is the most potent tool for this. Spend a few minutes each morning with eyes closed, picturing you're in a crucial meeting, voice clear, gaze steady. You're handling a tense situation with patience and empathy. You're finishing work on time, undistracted. These details imprint on your brain like a rehearsed song. When the moment arrives, you'll perform like a seasoned artist. Morning visualization isn't just a psychological trick, it's an act of personal responsibility. You stop leaving things to chance. You choose how you'll show up, the mindset you'll carry. You don't wait for perfect conditions to live well. You forge a resilient spirit to thrive in challenges. If this feels vague, start simply. After writing your daily goals, close your eyes for a minute. Picture completing each goal vividly. See yourself responding to unexpected hurdles with calm. Envision ending the day feeling, I lived as the person I want to be. That's true success, not tied to outcomes, but to how you show up. If morning visualization excites you as worth trying, like the video to seal it as your commitment. If you visualize before, in sports, work, or daily life, share your experience in the comments. It could spark someone's transformation. Subscribe to keep uncovering powerful morning mind-sharpening habits. Number 11, practice gratitude, anchor in reality. When life sweeps you up like a whirlwind, burdened by work pressure, family duties, or unfulfilled expectations, it's easy to lose sight of a fundamental truth. You're alive, breathing, and surrounded by things more precious than any material gain. Practicing gratitude each morning anchors you to reality, calms a racing mind, and sharpens your awareness of the value in life's simplest moments. Stoic philosophy doesn't push endless accumulation, but urges appreciation for what's present. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Don't waste what you have by longing for what you don't." His words are a wake-up call. Many live as if life begins only after some grand achievement, a promotion, wealth, a perfect relationship. Yet even when attained, happiness slips away because they've lost the ability to find joy in the now. Gratitude isn't toxic positivity, denying pain or pretending all's well. It's intellectual training to spot goodness even when life falters. It's feeling thankful for morning sunlight through your window. It's placing a hand on your chest, feeling your heartbeat, proof you still have chances to live, learn, love, try. That alone is a miracle. Each morning, take a few minutes to list 3 things you're grateful for: a restful sleep, a kind friend, or simply a roof over your head, a functioning body, a fresh day to start anew. With regular practice, your brain rewires, learning to focus on positives rather than threats. You'll stress less, find happiness more easily, and face challenges with greater resilience. Remarkably, gratitude fuels positive action. Grateful people don't wait for luck. They cherish opportunities and work with lighter spirits. They don't demand others make them happy. They craft joy by appreciating small things and thanking life, flaws and all. That's the inner strength of a modern Stoic. Living in the real world without letting it dictate emotions. Sharing gratitude uplifts you and spreads positivity to others. If this practice resonates, like the video to affirm its value and signal the algorithm to amplify meaningful content. If daily gratitude has sparked a special moment for you, share your story in the comments. It could light someone's path. Subscribe to keep growing with us daily. Number 12, reflect on Stoic wisdom. Set your compass. Each morning is a fresh start, a reminder. If you don't choose your mind's direction, the world will. Today's world brims with chaos, distraction, and noise. That's why spending a few minutes each morning reading or reflecting on a Stoic quote is like resetting your inner compass, keeping you grounded amid life's clutter. Picture your mind as a ship on a vast ocean. Without a guide, you might drift with negative news, unrealistic social pressures, or your own fleeting moods. But starting your day with a line from Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, or Seneca is like pausing to scan the stars of wisdom, realigning your course with clarity about what truly matters. Take Epictetus's words. It's not what happens that causes our pain, but how we view it. Instantly, you're reminded you can choose your response to any situation. You're not a victim of emotions, you're their master. Or Marcus Aurelius, do what's right, let fate handle the rest. Simple, yet it frees you from obsessing over outcomes, focusing your energy on just action, the only thing you control. This is the power of morning Stoic reflection. It reboots your mental operating system. Amid countless external ideas, you anchor yourself to a timeless, tested value system. Unswayed by passing trends, you become centered, knowing what to prioritize, what to ignore, and what deserves your commitment. It doesn't need to be complex. Keep a small notebook, jot a daily quote, and write a few lines on applying it to your life's challenges. Or read a brief passage from Meditations and ask, "What's this telling me today?" It's not about how much you read, but how much you live what you've read. If this practice feels meaningful, take a second to like the video as a pledge to yourself. Each morning, you'll nourish your mind with wisdom, not let it drift. Share a favorite Stoic quote in the comments. It might light someone's day. If you haven't subscribed, now's the perfect time, as next we'll step away from reason and into nature, where silence can heal the soul. Number 13, connect with nature. Reclaim stillness. Each early morning, when sunlight is soft and the world still drowses, you have a simple yet transformative choice. Step beyond four walls and reconnect with nature. In a tech-driven world where everything glows, buzzes, and demands your attention, nature offers the only place where stillness doesn't beg. It simply waits, quiet and embracing. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy of reason, but of deep observation of nature, within us and around us. Marcus Aurelius filled Meditations with reflections on trees, clouds, and flowing water, noting that everything in the universe shifts according to its essence. No one fights autumn's arrival or argues with the wind. Why then resist life's changes? Observing nature helped him accept reality, grasp impermanence, and release hopes for a perfect world. You don't need mountains or oceans to connect with nature. Open a window, step onto a balcony, or walk under park trees. Let the breeze touch your skin, hear birdsong, feel the sun warm your cheeks, or press your hand to a tree trunk, pausing to sense its pulse. These small acts can profoundly restore your mind in ways no device can. Modern science shows 15 to 20 minutes in nature daily lowers cortisol, the stress hormone, boosts focus, and uplifts mood significantly. For Stoics, it's deeper. Nature reminds you you're part of a greater whole, not an isolated entity. A falling leaf teaches cycles. A stream flowing around rocks shows softness can outlast hardness. A cloudy sky, with the sun still behind it, instills patience and trust in life's process. Morning nature immersion detaches you from information overload. It's a rare moment to stand still, breathe deeply, and simply be. No text to answer, no comments to counter, no plans to chase, just you and life unfolding around you. In that space, you're not working on yourself. You're a human, existing, feeling, breathing in serene understanding. If this stirs something in you, like the video as thanks to nature, a vast yet overlooked gift, share in the comments. What natural place brings you peace? If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe to keep building a powerful, meaningful morning routine with us. Number 14, eat nourishing breakfast, fuel performance. Your body is the instrument of your mind and spirit, but like any tool, it falters without proper care and fuel. Eating breakfast isn't just a biological act. It's a philosophical ritual, a way to honor yourself. It's the first moment each day you choose. Nourish your body with wholesome food or surrender to convenience and unchecked habits. As Marcus Aurelius emphasized, life is shaped by repeated choices. Nothing is trivial if done daily. Starting your morning with a nutrient-rich meal sends a message to your body and mind. Today, I'll be alert, strong, and fully present. No inspiration lasts if your body trembles from low energy. No focus thrives if your blood sugar crashes from skipping breakfast for coffee. No stoic spirit rises if you fill up on processed, nutrient-poor food first thing. Stoic practice never divorces the physical self. Seneca wrote, "Take time to eat, but eat as one serving a higher purpose." Your breakfast needn't be elaborate or lavish, just nourishing, clean, and suited to your body's needs. A bowl of oatmeal with fresh fruit, a boiled egg, a veggie smoothie, or pure juice can kickstart your system like a well-oiled machine. More crucial is your approach to eating. Eat mindfully. Take a few quiet minutes. No rushing, no phone, no TV. Don't treat breakfast as a task to check off, but as a ritual launching an awake day. Breathe deeply, observe your food, savor its taste, and silently thank the chance to care for yourself. When you eat to nourish, not just satisfy, you'll notice a profound shift in how you consume. Not just food, but information, emotions, and relationships. You might claim busyness leaves no time. Yet if you have 15 minutes to scroll social media half awake, you have 15 minutes to fuel yourself consciously. Time isn't scarce. Priorities are skewed. A spiritual warrior doesn't face the day unprepared. In today's world, a healthy breakfast is your first shield against fatigue, distraction, and midday energy slumps. Don't wait to feel the fallout of skipping breakfast. Act today, now. If you're watching this in the morning and haven't eaten, pause, head to the kitchen, and make something simple but kind. It's not just a gift to your body. It's a declaration you choose to live with awareness, responsibility, and discipline. If this sparks a new drive to care for yourself, like the video to spread the habit of healthy eating. Comment your favorite breakfast or a simple recipe that energizes you. If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe now. Next, we'll dive deep into your mind, where you can reprogram your thinking and shape yourself each morning. Number 15, use affirmations. Rewrite your script. Each morning as you wake, you don't just open your eyes to the world, you open a new page in your life script. Who's writing it? You or the negative voices echoing from the past? Criticisms, unhealed failures, or societal biases you've absorbed? If you don't actively rewrite those lines, they'll steer you through a life that's not yours. This is where affirmations, positive, intentional statements, emerge as a potent tool to reshape yourself. Unlike random words, affirmations deliberately plant new seeds in your subconscious. Simple yet profound, they seep into your mind, gradually shifting how you think, feel, and act. Stoics practiced this millennia ago, though they didn't call it affirmations. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Your mind becomes what you dwell on. What you repeat daily shapes your perception of the world and yourself." Imagine starting your day before a mirror saying, "I'm strong enough for today's challenges," or "I choose to live awake, steadfast, unswayed by circumstances." These aren't empty words. If repeated mindfully, they become your brain's operating system. Each statement influences your biology, neurology, and emotions, reshaping behavior. Behaviors form habits. Habits forge your life. At first, affirmations may feel awkward or forced. That's normal. Your mind is conditioned to negativity. Change isn't comfortable. Treat affirmations like a mental sword, slashing through doubt, insecurity, and chaos society sows. A true affirmation isn't what you already believe, but what you choose to believe until it's real. As Epictetus said, it's not events that cause suffering, but how you view them. Affirmations shift that view from within. Write affirmations down, speak them aloud before a mirror, or record and listen during meditation. Choose statements aligned with your values, avoiding overly rosy or unrealistic phrases. Lines like, "I don't control everything, but I control my response," or "I'm improving daily, even if I don't always see it," echo Stoic principles. grounded, calm, yet powerful. If you've reached this part, you're serious about growth. Write 3 affirmations to plant in your mind starting today. Read them each morning. Feel them as truths drawing closer. When you sense an inner shift, know you're no longer bound by an old script. You're authoring your destiny. If this offers a fresh perspective, like the video to share it with others seeking transformation. Comment your favorite affirmation below. You might inspire someone. Subscribe to keep receiving practical, profound, daily inspiration. You've journeyed with me through 15 morning practices, seemingly simple yet powerful enough to reshape your entire day. But knowledge without action is lifeless. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Act as if you might die soon, for it could be true." Each morning is a fresh start, a new warm-up for mind and body, a moment you choose, live awake or drift unconsciously. I'm not saying you must master all 15 perfectly every day. The key is to start with 1. Maybe today you wake 15 minutes earlier, tomorrow add a glass of water, then skip your phone for the first 30 minutes. Later, jot a few journal lines, breathe with nature, speak an affirmation. Day by day, you're reprogramming yourself, living like a stoic warrior in this chaotic world, steady, serene, and purposeful. If this video stirred something in you, like it as a pledge to yourself. Comment below, which practice will you start with? Subscribe to keep fueling your journey to live boldly and consciously. You deserve to master your mind and your life.